great thing about living in the United States is that we have a free market economy. I have had an opportunity to visit many second and third world countries. I've queued in lines in Eastern Europe. I've queued in healthcare lines in Eastern Europe, where I was number 85 in line when there was blood sort of coming out of my nose, mouth, and after I got hit with a elbow in a scrum. So when I was overseas in the military. When you look at free enterprise, when you look at capitalism, what I've been able to do, I think I'm sort of the embodiment of the American dream. I got married very young. I was on food stamps, my wife and I, from 1992 to 1993. I was able to work my way up, go to college while I was in the military, and eventually go to the University of Virginia and graduate. At that point, I went into the military. I paid a civic duty, my civic dues, in order to do that. What's amazing is that in the military, I learned skill sets, and that even goes back to the job programs we talked about. I learned skill sets that were very valuable, that allowed me to be part of the free market system, our capitalistic system that we have. When I got out of the military in 2003 as a captain, I immediately was able to use that skill set for technological development of certain types of specific types of capabilities, specific types of programs. Whether it was counter IED, I went after roadside bomb makers, whether it was anything that I had to do with counterterrorism, global war on terror, or technology development for certain parts of the world. At that point, I started my own company. In 2007, after learning the ropes as a contractor in the National Security Agency and also with the Department of Defense, United States Air Force, I was able to start my own company. So for 5 years, I was able to use all the skills that I had earned from the time I was on food stamps all the way to now, where I could actually sell a company. I went where I could not afford a Big Mac for my wife and I, and this is not a joke, to where I sold a company and took my wife and 3 daughters to Scotland in 2012. And then I could leverage those monies to start another company for my wife called Silverback Distillery and start a second DoD company in 2017. People don't get to do this in other places. This doesn't happen. So what are my thoughts on free enterprise and capitalism? It's the same my thoughts on liberty. This is why America is great. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Life, liberty, and protecting our property. All the things that make us great is sort of embodied in a free market or capitalistic system. So anytime I see a threat to that, anytime I see people who think the government can do better for them, anytime I see people who want to be taken care of down the line on every single thing that they do in life, it actually frightens me. It doesn't make me mad at people, it doesn't make me angry. But I know through hard work and through capitalizing on a free enterprise system, by capitalizing on free markets, by capitalizing on our ability to be our own winner, to do the things that we need to do, I have such a strong belief in my country, not only from fighting for it, but from the success that I've had, that there is no other place on this earth, and I have been everywhere, that allows the same type of mobility from nothing to something that the United States does. And now I have that opportunity to serve. I have the opportunity to take those free market principles to Congress, and that's what I'm going to do.